Okay. All right, you guys, this is the first time Joe's rode one in the pasture for me, so she's like, I'm not sure where you want me to go. All right, you guys, this is a super nice 6-year-old Molly mule. And she has had about 6 months of professional mule training. Go ahead, Joe, you can get on her. They said that she is really broke. Their granddaughter rode her. So their granddaughter's 8 years old, and they let their granddaughter ride her, and they said they haven't had any issues with her. So she's beautiful. She's got 4 white legs. She's kind of a, of course she has all the primitive markings, but she's got tons of white too. So this is a really cool mule. Again, she had around 6 months of professional mule training, and they said that she's been desensitized. They said that she's just a good mule, and kids have kind of been able to ride her a little bit on the trails, and that she was traffic safe. They said she does walk, trot, and canter, but when they bought her, she didn't have saddle time. She was pulling a cart when they bought her. So she is broke to drive. She's not been driven in probably a year and a half. They started driving her as a late 3-year-old, early 4-year-old mule. Then those people sold her, and then the people that had her were just trail riding her. But they said that their granddaughter was 8 and has ridden her just like this at a walk down the trails, and that she was youth suitable. And they said that they didn't have any issues with her, and the only reason they sold her is because they bought a wagon team of Percherons, and they were going the draft horse route. So this is a very high-end mule. She's a very good mule. She's perfect for somebody that needs a littler mule, easy to step on and off of. Somebody that, she's not super little. She's probably 14.1, so we'll stick her and make sure, but I'm going to say she's 14.1. She might be 14.2. Trot on, mule. Make sure you tell her, trot on, mule. Go ahead. She worked for a cutting horse trainer before she worked here, and so good job, mule. Nice lope. Nice lope. Nice lope. Nice stop. She kind of had a big stop right there at the fence. Good job. Joe worked for a cutting horse trainer, and she was just kind of starting colts and stuff, so she's rode lots and lots of cutters, and she wants to grab the saddle horn, and we tease her about it. We always tell her, let go of the saddle horn. Are you afraid you're going to fall off? And she's like, no, it's a bad habit. Nice trot, Joe. Nice lope. Nice lope. Awesome. I don't know what color. All right, Joe, will you come trot me a circle? Just kind of trot a big... Yep, just kind of trot right around here off the fence so they can just see her trot right here in front of me. Just tell her, trot on, mule. Trot on, mule. There you go. That's better. Remember, she's been drove, so she's been drove, so she's gonna have a lot of voice commands. Good job, mule. Trot on, mule. Trot on. Now say, whoa, mule. Sit down. Whoa, mule. Whoa, mule. Good job. Remember, when they've been drove, it's less pulling back. Sit down, say whoa, because that's what she knows are voice commands. Good mule. Super nice mule. Super nice mule. You guys will get her sticked. She's 100% sound. She plows 5,000 acres. She's one of the nicest mules that we've had here. And man, I know that she weighed just a little over 1,000 pounds, so she's a good size mule. She could carry... The thing is 33% of their body weight on a mule. So she weighs a little over 1,000 pounds. I think 1,040 pounds. So that's what she weighed across the scales. With her weighing that, you can figure up kind of she would be suitable for a real large woman or average sized man. I say that. I say average size, but then a lot of men are little. So let's just say the average sized dad bod. I'm into the dad bod, as y'all know. I've got daddy. Okay, you guys, so this is Lollipop, and Lollipop is a really good, actually her Coggin said that she was 4 and just a 4-year-old, but then the note said that she was driven until she was 4, and then she was trail ridden. So maybe, well, the Coggins was probably pulled last year. So, because, I mean, it's not a year old, but it was pulled like 9 months ago. So maybe she's 5 this year. So she's a 5 to 6-year-old mule. Just so you guys know, because mules really don't finish growing till they're 8. So this is a mule that's got a little bit more growing time too. But she's a good girl. She was easy to saddle. She has no ear issues.
Walk right up to her in the middle of horses and she did not.
Yep, she was out in the field. They walked right up to her in the middle of the pasture and put the halter right on her. So this is a very uncomplicated mule. All right, you guys. This is Lollipop, and she's 5, more likely 5. And they did say that she was drove till she was 4, and then they purchased her, and they've just ridden her. But they did send her off to somebody, and she had 6 months of desensitizing training and under saddle training. And then when they got her home, their granddaughter, who's 8 years old, rode her a lot. And then they decided to buy a set of draft horses, a pair of Percheron draft horses to pull a wagonette. And when they did that, they were getting out of mules. That's the only reason they sold her. It was no fault of hers. She hasn't done anything wrong. And she's a super nice young mule. She weighed just over 1,000 pounds. We'll get her sticked, and she should continue to grow for 2 or 3 more years. Just remember, step up, mule. Step up. Yep. She's just been drove a lot, so you kind of have to communicate the riding and driving. All right, you guys, we'll get some photos of her. And this is a fantastic mule. Just hold her right over here for photos.